Oh
What are you
god.
doing out there with a mortar?
Are you
Charlie?
kidding me?
I don't have a mortar.
Oh, okay. The map was bugged then.
Really needs more nades. Oh, another nade. Yep,
I'm
there we go.
fucking
It's
sick of
good.
these grenades.
It's good. Game is fucking perfect.
What's the point?
Game is perfect. Game is fucking
What's
perfect.
the point of even existing?
They really nailed this one.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that definitely didn't look like bad.
Does premium come with a noose?
Oh no, Jack, no.
It comes with a 1-gallon jug to drink your own piss. Hey guys, my name is X Factor, and I hope you're having a great day and ready to play some dodgeball. That's frankly what Battlefield 1 has felt like ever since the launch of this game. The good news is DICE has been working on things, they've made some changes, and there are more changes to come. We're going to share with you that journey, including what potentially else can happen to help remedy this situation. Whether you're playing the objective on any game mode, where it's front lines with the giantly increased capture radius, operations, or conquest, you're constantly dodging red orbs of death. Not to mention mortars or anything else like a crossbow, which can really be shot from afar. It just seems it dictates too much of the gameplay and penalizes those who are willing to put their neck on the line to actually play the objective and see a cap through with very little or no side effect to the people actually throwing the grenade. So with the They Shall Not Pass DLC, there's actually a pretty hefty patch with multiple changes to the game, including reworking the grenade system. So the system that you see in front of you now, if you load up Battlefield 1, play any map, any mode, has the incendiary, light anti-tank, frag, and impact nade auto-replenishing every 36 seconds. Or if you die, you instantly get one upon spawning back in. Now, that can be further sped up, not by the little bags anymore, but by the big bags. You stand by a big bag for roughly 12 seconds, you have yourself an incendiary, light AT, frag, and impact. Now, how about gas, smoke, and minis? Those are auto-replenished between 27 seconds and 18 seconds, with a big bag reducing that down to 9 to 6 seconds depending on what throwable we're talking about. So now that the Battlefield 1 system for grenades has been overhauled, what have been the changes on the battlefield? Well, there's been some good and some bad. Believe it or not, death by grenades is rapidly increasing, along with death by gadget, which include mortar and of course crossbow. The day before the patch, death by grenade was 7.8%. 2 days after, 9.4%, and jumping quickly. Partially because some of these maps and operations are infantry only. That's a lot more grenades to factor in. Where there's not a tank or a couple of people in a tank, there are people auto-replenishing grenades, playing the objective, and throwing whatever they have. And not to be undone, gadgets are also increasing, which of course include the crossbow and mortar. It went from 5.4 a few days before the patch to 7%. And these numbers aren't close to leveling off. Think about it. The only people that have access to maps like Fort Woe and Verdun Heights are the ones that have premium. Those who bought the DLC separate or will buy the DLC separate don't even have access for well over another week. And the average death by grenade and gadget is much higher on these maps, well north of percentage kills of 9.4% for grenades and 7% for gadgets. It's the maps and also the gameplay, such as from Frontlines, that's pulling these averages way up so quickly. Another thing to keep in mind when talking about these statistics is how many times you get hit with a nade or throwable or gadget where you get 60, 70, 80, 90 plus health and somebody breathes on you with a pistol or another weapon, whether it's in close quarters or across the map, and you actually die to a bullet. Remember, that does not count as a grenade death. It's only killing blows that count in these stats. Just like those two guys flying into the ceiling as Matimio and I try to get the back rage on and get the last cap point for this sector. And there is good news. There are more changes coming, which I'll talk about after we talk about this developer post earlier today. We are and have been watching telemetry closely on this, and so far we're seeing similar results as we saw in CTE testing. 7% decrease in grenade throws per minute and grenade kills per minute across all the base game maps. The spike you see in overall grenade kills on Battlefield Tracker, the one I actually referenced earlier, is due to the large number of players playing the new maps While 2 of them are pretty average in terms of grenade use, Verdun comes close to Argonne, the previous highest, and Forvo has the highest grenade kill per minute of all maps by a pretty large margin. Our telemetry is broken down on a map-by-map basis so we can get a better picture of what is actually happening. That said, we'd like a little more than 7% overall decrease, and we'd like to address maps where grenades are relatively overused, like Argonne, Verdun, and Fort Vaux, without overly limiting grenades on other maps. We already have further tuning of the timers and a plan to address the choke point map specifically in the works. Keep an eye on CTE in the upcoming weeks. The auto-replenish feature of grenades is not going anywhere in Battlefield 1. DICE is committed to this, and they're going to continue to tweak it. They're elongating most of the timers, and I'm going to tell you one of the changes that they're going to implement into CTE whenever they get around to it. They're actually going to pause your replenish timer anytime you're in combat or suppressed. Remember, anytime you can't spawn on a squad mate because they're in combat, that's a representation of it. So anytime bullets go whizzing by you or you're in a very hot spot, grenades are going off, you're not going to be replenishing. You're actually going to be put on pause. Now, they may tweak, along with the auto-replenish timer, how long it takes to get one from the big bag, but I believe they could be on the right track. I'm not a fan of the auto-replenish system, but I think if they tweak it enough, it'll be helpful on the big maps when you're running in between flags that might be a couple hundred meters apart, and they might get it tweaked up enough where it really doesn't hurt you in these massive grinders and choke point fests that can be Verdun and, of course, Fort Vaux and Argonne Forest. The last fundamental issue in Battlefield 1 regarding grenades is how long it takes you to throw and be gun ready. Did you even notice I threw a grenade? You can whip a grenade out instantly, return to hip fire, or aim down sight with very little delay and start hosing people down. That means there's really no drawback to throwing a grenade. And you probably see a lot less panic nades where somebody throws a grenade only hoping to take off a massive chunk of somebody's health, only to think about the gunplay second. There actually needs to be a consequence to throwing it. It needs to be decision. Do I want to move this guy or girl or a clump of people off cover? Do I want to be vulnerable for a couple seconds? Instead of just spam it, get it out, get your gun up, and you're good to go. So what do you guys think about the current gameplay that's in the game with the replenish system? What do you think about the pause when you're suppressed or in combat? And what would you do with some of the animations or how long it takes to throw a grenade? There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to consider because this isn't a very easy fix. It's complex because there's multiple things going on. I'd love to see Battlefield be all about the gunplay again. What do you guys think about all this? What would you set the timers to, knowing that the auto-replenish system isn't going anywhere? How long do you think you should be vulnerable when throwing a grenade versus how long you're vulnerable for now? As always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out, and let me know what you guys think down below.
We might have cleared B.
I figured it out. I figured it out.
Oh, shit.
It happened!
Wow. Oh, my God.
Did you do it?
The Mativios.
The Mativios.
Where was the end?
So you go all the way back to the previous point, and then you loop around on the outside, on the right-hand side.
I thought we
There you
could
go.
do that, but they
Yeah.
black it out on the screen.
Literally dying first.
Well, when you're inside, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But I got back there, and I was behind literally their entire team, and I just shot into all of them.
Nice.
While the battlefield was not even a square 10 kilometers, 700,000